the throttle, victory is mine. Show you the harder the battle, harder I fight. I've come too far to quit. Step back, I'm going in. I'm cranking up on the throttle. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. Like iron from the fire, getting stronger. This is how legends are made. Above it all, untouchable, a new animal. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. I got that lightning inside me. Oh, just you watch. This is how legends are made. I'm like a titan that's rising. Oh, just you watch. This is how legends are made.
What's going on, everybody? How are you guys doing today? Welcome in. It is the return of the amazing, the one and only, the only thing you're going to find on Twitch like this, Pre-Patch Podcast. I am your host, one of your hosts, Sinan. I'm obviously here with my boy Scruffy and your co-host.
What's going on?
What's up? Yeah.
Yep.
Super excited to be back. Super excited to kick this off. For anybody that doesn't know or is new to the channel or new to what we do here, this is something that we are really dedicated about. We actually kicked off a couple of episodes back in late of 2019. Some things happened with health and just life in general, and unfortunately, it got pushed off to the side where we couldn't kind of do it the way we wanted to and keep it up. So we ended up having to kind of put it on hiatus and wait, and then come back strong with a vengeance in 2020. So it's been something that we've been planning on in the works. The Pre-Patch team, myself, Brex, Bill, Scruffy, Enigma, the whole team has really been dedicated to getting this back off the ground. And so I'm happy to announce that we can have our first show back in 2020 and kicking the year off right. Enigma, some of you guys are asking, where's Enigma? Enigma, who is usually our third host, ended up having some issues that he needed to take care of, family stuff, real life emergency kind of came up. Nothing horrible, nothing bad, nothing to worry about, he said, but he this morning kind of let us know that he wasn't going to be able to make it. Also, Brex, who's normally one of our fourth man on the team, our squad, was not able to make it this time, but he will be here. And then our possibly fifth man of the show with Bill, as soon as he gets his internet up and running, will also be there. So again, guys, you're talking about a jam-packed, amazing cast of characters and content creators and crew, and I'm super excited to do this, and I'm super excited to be back with you, and I'm happy to have you, Scruff, man. I'm happy that we could do this, man.
I'm definitely very happy to be here, since I missed the other one since I was out traveling when you guys did the last ones, but yeah, this should be good.
No, actually, there's a lot, guys. This is one of the things too, I'll tell you, is that we are not okay, I turned Scruffy up.
Test.
Now you're loud as shit.
Shit.
Anyway, so it is not something where we kind of are to a strict schedule. Honestly, this is a free-form discussion, a free-form podcast. This is a free-form thing to sit back and really discuss something that we feel there's kind of a lack of on Twitch, which is open discussion about pretty much anything and everything. It doesn't necessarily always going to be about gaming. It's not always going to necessarily be about a particular type of game or genre. It's not going to be what you may expect from just like a typical, like, we're going to go over one topic, then we're going to move to the next topic. It's really about honest, open-ended discussion and just having a discussion with you and having a discussion with chat and with us. We're going to also post this on YouTube, and eventually when we get there, we're going to actually be posting this stuff on Apple Music, or not Apple Music, but Apple, where you can download it, all these other places. So we're super excited to have you guys here. And again, I know that we've kind of talked about this stuff, but we really are about this before, but seeing that it's the return of it, we need to kind of go over some ground stuff and kind of what we're about. So again, it's all encompassing. It's not just one particular topic like video games that we're going to go over. It's going to be a lot. And in this show, we're going to go over a lot of good stuff, a lot of things talking about wrapping up 2019, talking about what we're excited for in 2020, new games that are coming out, games that we're currently playing. And then on top of that, also just some world events. There's some crap going on in the world right now that I think really should be talked about.
There's so much going on.
Right. It should be talked about. like, yes, it's exciting time in the gaming world. You've got CES that just happened and all of this other kind of cool stuff. But there's some real life events that are happening right now in the world. And it needs to be, something that I think that it should be kind of talked about. So with all of that, guys, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the show. Go, I guess, first off, introduce each other and introduce yourselves. So Scruff, I've been talking for the most part. I'm going to let you kind of take the mic here for a moment. Introduce yourself. Where can people find you at? What kind of content do you do? All that kind of good stuff.
Well, as many of you know, I'm Agent Scruffy, as you can see. You can find me on Twitch, find me on Twitter, find me and my friends on YouTube now. We started a YouTube channel where we just do pretty much Northeast Ohio shenanigans pretty much all the time. Most of it's pretty much food related right now. Sorry. Sin's dying over there. He'll be all right. But you good, bud?
Northeast Ohio shenanigans is eating.
He's okay.
Eating food.
Pretty much. I mean, that's what it pretty much consists of. Because we love eating food. I mean, there's nothing more to it. I love eating food. I love sleeping. I love chilling, talking to you guys, just having a good time. It really is great. But most days you'll find me streaming on Twitch late nights with Sinin. We've been playing a lot of games like Tarkov recently, League of Legends, Divinity. We've been streaming a lot of games. We've always been playing games together for many years now. So it's really a dynamic duo that me and him got going.
No, for sure. No, it's definitely enjoyable.
Yeah.
And definitely check out their videos. Though they don't know crap about the Popeye's chicken sandwich, and for whatever reason they don't like it.
Whoa.
It's his, like, I don't get it. I don't understand his complete.
Dude, it was trash. I'm sorry if anybody likes the Popeye's chicken sandwich. It was not good. My friends, the meat in his sandwich was literally like gray and like disgusting gray, not like just dark chicken breast, but like it was just gross. It tasted terrible. The breading on it just fell off. It was not even flaky or anything. It was just moist. And
he doesn't know good food, guys. It's okay. It's all right. He doesn't know good food.
Bro, I know good food. Trust me.
I don't get how you couldn't like that sandwich. Well, before we start discussing stuff, let me introduce myself. So obviously, myself, I'm called Sinin. Or Sin, if you want to call me that, or Senpai, or whatever you want to reach out to me as. But you can find me obviously on Twitch and on Twitter, also on Instagram. I'm across basically all social media platforms as the exact same. You can find me on Steam. And I am I guess, I don't know. I don't want to say variety content streamer, but obviously I do stream quite a bit of different things, from Tarkov right now to, we're playing League of Legends, Divinity Original Sin, Grim Dawn. So it's an eclectic thing of games. I also really like playing games like roguelike card games like Slay the Spire or Fate Hunters and all that kind of stuff. What's up, my name? So in any case, that's where you can find me. So let's now that we can do that, let's get into this. So what in the hell, why do you like, what about the chicken sandwich do you not like? How can you like, it's so good. It's so good.
No, it literally was the driest chicken that I've
You
had.
had a bad Popeyes, dude. You went to a bad Popeyes.
Maybe it was a bad Popeyes. I could always give it another chance, but like
when you
I
come
don't know
down
if I
here, I
want
will
to.
take you to the proper Popeyes and get you a proper Popeyes chicken sandwich. Dude,
Bro, I'd rather go to a Bojangles down there.
no, dude, no Popeye. Like I don't, dude. The chicken is so big and so plump, and it's just like super moist and like
it really was none of that for me.
I don't know what
For
you
all
get.
of
You
us.
got.
We had like three. We had like a chicken sandwich. We had the spicy chicken sandwich as well, and neither of them. Yeah, my name Nutty was there. That's Nate. That's my buddy Nate. He was in the video as well. It just he could attest for it. The chicken was terrible, and the breading literally just flaked off and just fell off like it was nothing. And the bread itself was the only okay thing on the buns, but other than that, like,
No, I don't know, man. Everything about it I loved. I don't like Bojangles. I'm not a big Bojangles person. Personally, because it's like their chicken to me is extremely dry. Also, their chicken is just seasoned way too much. For me personally, I think I don't know. I'll go and sit down and eat 2 of those sandwiches in one sitting.
For me, the winner is Chick-fil-A all the way.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. I'm vegan, so I can't eat any of it, so it doesn't matter anymore. So,
Yeah.
but when I did have them, like, I mean, Chick-fil-A, I definitely would say is up there. Like, Chick-fil-A's chicken, I will give you, is seasoned in my mind better than I think a Chick-fil-A sandwich is. I'm sorry, a Popeyes. A Popeyes, yeah. The thing about Popeyes sandwiches though is that it's big. It's like, to me, it's such a bigger breast, and it is just extremely moist. And the amount of money that it costs versus like a Chick-fil-A, you get more bang for your buck. But Chick-fil-A's sandwich itself, I will say, like, and I know why they soak their chicken in pickle juice, so it gives it a brine that gives it a pickle brine. Like
It's really good.
Yeah, like I understand it from being someone that loves to cook and do those kind of things. Like I understand why. I can't attest to what Carl is saying. If they pump it full of water, I don't know if they inject water in their chicken. All I know is that I like the Popeyes Chick-fil-A sandwich. I thought it was good. Chick-fil-A is also cool, but also to people in chat and all you guys that are saying Chick-fil-A is great. Let me ask you a question. Are you just saying that because of the service though? Like we all know Chick-fil-A service is just like
it's unbeatable,
right? It's supreme, but
it's scary how good their service is.
Like I think you could probably go up to the line, order a chicken sandwich. The person be like, "It's going to be $5.95." You could lick your hand and slap them in the face and tell them, "I ain't giving you a dime," and they would still be like, "Thank you. Here's your chicken sandwich."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I mean, is that coming into play? Is that why you guys are saying that it's the best chicken sandwich?
I don't think that comes into play for me, but it definitely is an added bonus.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we agree to disagree. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying if I had to choose one, I could get 2 what you would consider crappy or okay chicken sandwiches from Popeyes for the price of 1 chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I mean, it could have just been a bad day, a bad Popeyes. I've never went to that Popeyes before.
Yeah,
be factors into why that sandwich just sucked.
I'm gonna take you to a Popeyes down here and let you have an experience at the Popeyes here. So, okay, well, that was a little tangent that we didn't expect to go on, but it was fun in any case.
To kick the podcast off,
right. I do want to talk about some of the games that we're playing right now. So obviously, me and you are playing quite a bit of the few games. Something that I've really kind of just dove head into, and I kind of want to get your perspective on it because I think both of us being newer to the game and or returning players to the game, and it's super popular right now on Twitch, is Escape from Tarkov. A lot of streamers kind of jumped on the drop bandwagon. A lot of streamers jumped on this idea of, you know, it being out there and it's new or well, not new, but like it just blew up on Twitch. I mean, Escape from Tarkov has just gone insane. And so coming back into it, you know, there's some controversy that we're going to talk about, but I want to talk about the actual game itself. Like what are your feelings on it? Do you enjoy it? Do you not like it? What?
I love it right now. Actually, I'm loving it a lot more this time playing it than last time compared to when I played it like I don't know, sometime last year I think, or a couple years ago. I think it's in the best place it's ever been with the new maps they've introduced, the loot, the new guns. the hideout that I just want to really get into, the crafting, the modding, all of it. It's just in such a good place right now. I feel like that I really can't get enough of it.
So what about it? So you said that from where it was last time, like where was it at before that you felt like it was? I mean, because obviously,
It didn't grasp me that well with like I don't know, because all they really had was customs and
it was like
and
customs,
Shoreline
interchange.
was like the newest one.
Yeah, there's
For me,
yeah.
interchange interchange wasn't even there when I was playing.
Oh, so you were way back then. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I
yeah.
played it, but yeah, that was way back. I mean, yeah, I mean, so they've added a bunch of new maps, right?
Yeah, and it's with all of it, it's really grasping a lot more now.
I think
than it did.
to me, what's been such this an awesome experience about it is, the gear fear is always there, right? So to explain what Tarkov is for anybody that's not familiar with Escape from Tarkov, if you've like had your head buried in the sand for the last like 2 weeks in Twitch, Escape from Tarkov is a military sim shooter. That is it's realistic. It's very, very, very realistic, right? There is no HUD, there is no on-screen menu. You see you see nothing when you load into a game, and you basically have a character that you kit out with guns, equipments, and all this other kind of stuff. And you take it into a map, right? And there's several different maps on the to choose from that you go into. At any given time, there are 13 playable, what are called PMC characters that go into the map. PMC are your playable military characters. They are our personal military, whatever. But anyway, they are the character that you kit, right? So when you go through it, your objective is to go in, loot, and then get out to an extraction. On a PMC, there's 4 extractions. On a scav, there's 2 extractions. And they're scattered out through all over the map. And not everybody's going to have the exact same extractions. So you could spawn in and somebody else could spawn in and you could have 2 completely different extractions. So there's a lot of randomness that goes into it. But what makes the game, the core of it, makes it so freaking addictive is because this idea of what's called gear fear. And you go in and you could have one of the just you go in kitted out, and we're talking spending hundreds of thousands of rubles and in-game currency on this kit, right, with body armor, chest armor, head armor, whatever else. And you go in and some dude that goes in with a hatchet could kill you and take all your stuff. And then when you
hatchlings,
and when you take it, it's gone. When this person goes to loot your stuff and they take it, you never get it back. There is no getting it back. Like it's gone. So this idea that you could just spawn in and like literally you have to, from the moment you spawn to the moment that you extract, you are just on edge. It hits something that's so different than any other game out there right now. I don't know if you have that same feeling, man, but that like gear fear is just that drip is so damn good.
It's intense, dude. It really gets you like pumping, the adrenaline pumping, like when you have that whole kit that you take in that you've been working for like days on end. And just that whole time you're just like, I don't want to lose this shit, but I want to get more. I want to keep going and upgrading.
Yeah,
it really gets intense.
Well, and the thing about it too is that there's so many, like, it's not like, so when you play like Fortnite or you play Call of Duty or anything like that, like there's just this, you go in, you equip really quickly, you can just throw a gun on and you're going, right? It's just constant, like boom, 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 boom. In this, it's not. Like the pace is extremely slow.
That's a grind.
Slowed down, right? It's more of going in and even reloading, like reloading ammo. You have to unload your gun, and one by one, you're loading ammo into a clip. So if you get into a gunfight and you've not taken enough ammunition in or clips that are filled that you can just quickly reload or whatever else, you're gonna get into a gunfight and you're gonna be screwed because it's done. You know what I mean? Like you just can't. And on top of that, so not only do you have PMC characters that are spawning in, but you also have these things that are called scavs. Scavs are free characters that anybody can go in and basically be, and they. If you die in a scav run, it's not really as big of a deal because you get them every like 17 minutes or something. But anyway, they're like Matrix style, like Agent Smith. Like if you've ever watched The Matrix and Agent Smith like takes over a body, it's very much like that. Like you just gotta take
good comparison.
You just take the form of this random scav that's out in the world. And as long as a player is on the map, scavs will continue to spawn, and which means scav players will continue to spawn. So it's like, it's just this idea of like, oh my God, at any moment I'm gonna die, and I don't know from where, and I don't know from who, and I don't know if it's a playable character or if it's a PMC or if it's a scav or if it's a computer character or what. But like, it's just, I don't know, man. It just generates so much. And now that they've added in like the hideout stuff, and they've added in the crafting side of things, and they added in like the I mean, they had quest lines, but they weren't as fledged out as I feel like they are now.
They're
Like,
a lot better now, and there's a lot more to it as well. They go more in depth of what you actually have to do in the game.
yeah, it gives you more of a reason to like to play the game itself, right?
Yeah. And one of the biggest things I've noticed a change in is actually the scavs, like the AI scavs. The AI from when I used to play back then to now is so much more different. They've added where they don't just stand still and like look in a circle of where you might be. They actually patrol and like roam around, and their AI is so good. Like you can't tell sometimes if it's a real person or an AI scav.
Yeah. No, I've had
Like,
people.
it's nuts.
I've had people literally, and it's like I play with Ice Wolf and whatever else. And I was playing with him last night, and we were going down, and literally I went to go shoot him because his movement was very much of like a scav's movement. So I was like, oh, this is just a scav. It's not him. Even though he was like, hey, I'm right here. It wasn't like, you have to be precise with your call outs. So many times where you go in and you'll just get murked by like your own teammates, because again, there's no friendly fires on. There's no fucking HUD. Excuse me, freaking HUD. There's no nothing. Like, it's just survive. And it's I don't know, man. It gives me that feeling of like Diablo. It gives me that feeling of BRs. It gives me that feeling of shooters. Like, it's such a good game all in all. But what I will tell you is that it's not for everybody. It is a game that if you are not afraid of, you have to be okay with dying. When I started off, like we were getting just completely destroyed, and losing guns left and right. And then you'll get, like we say, Tarkov taketh and Tarkov giveth. Well, when Tarkov takes, it takes a lot. And when Tarkov gives, it usually will end up giving okay. But like
it gives okay, and not always. Like, it still will give you like jack sometimes.
Right. Like you'll go into an entire run and you'll be like, oh, I came out with a pack of cigarettes or whatever else, or I just happened to survive, because you'll spawn in and get murked right off the bat. But it's a lot of fun, guys. And at any point, I would recommend, like, check out my channel, check out Scruffy's channel. Like, we're pretty much playing that almost every single night now. Like, come in and take a look at it and see if it's something that you would enjoy, because it really is. It's super engaging, intense. Like, Nice Dog's been in my chat. All of you guys have been in our chats before, and like, you can just like, you almost can like cut the tension with a knife, because it's just so. It's just on edge every single moment of that game. Like, hearing a gunshot is terrifying.
And it's those moments when you find that really good gear, like you find a hidden stash that somebody dropped, and you find these decked out guns or whatnot, or you kill a guy who's super decked out, and now your main goal is just to take that and go.
Right.
But now you don't know if somebody's camping an extraction point, or you're hurt. How are you going to get to that extraction point? Where you have to go? Like, it's just so much going on.
Yep. And there's a lot of and when Scruffy says like hurt, like, it's not just like lowered life. Like, you could, if you get your, like, you have different areas of your body that can get shot and blacked out. There's painkillers, there's bandages, there's food, there's water that you have to like maintain. And if you black your stomach out, it's pretty much pure death unless you have the ability to drink and eat, because you're just burning through your energy and water, like liquid, insanely fast. And like, you can break a bone, and if you break a bone, you can splint it, but if you splint it, you can't run on it. Like, it's so in depth with these little nuanced things that just make it great. And again, that moment of like, a run can go from 0 to freaking 1,000,000 in a heartbeat, and because, like you said, you kill that one person, you get that one piece of loot that's worth, 250,000, and you have no room to put it because you've already decked your stuff out. You're having to move stuff around while this entire time you're like, who's behind me? And now, like, your only objective, where it was before, was like, hey, I'm going to go here, loot, here, loot, here, loot. You get that one setup, and now it's just, I got to get out. And I had that happen last night. I was playing on Woods. I went in as a scav. I shot 2 people, and one of the guys had the biggest tack rig you could possibly have. He had one of the best backpacks you could have. He had a grizzly. I spawned in with a grizzly and a surgical kit, and I was like, that's it. My run lasted all of 4 minutes, because I shot one guy, got the stuff I wanted, and got out. Like,
yeah.
And it's just so freaking amazing. It's so awesome. So talking about Tarkov though, there is some stuff that I do want to kind of bring up, and this is about gaming, but obviously more about the social kind of aspect of the world that we live in. So I don't know if you're familiar, been watching Twitter and stuff like that, that Battle State Games has kind of been going through, but Battle State basically came out and said, I don't want to, we're not putting female characters in the game. We're not putting female playable characters in the game. There's no playable or female, like PMCs or scavs. Chat, I want to kind of hear your opinions on this too. But here's my take on this, right? My take is that I think that this is absolutely asinine. There are a lot of female content creators now that are like, I'm not going to play Tarkov ever again because I can't play a woman, or I think that it's sexist. And Tarkov's, Battle State's whole thing was that we're doing this because it's harder to design character base. We have to go back and now do reanimations for female characters. You have to do reanimations for skins. You have to do reanimations for, armor designs and things like that. And their also standpoint is that this is technically based off of a historical situation that happened. And in Russia, there are no female soldiers. So, right. So like, I mean, where is it? Like, where do you fall on this?
I honestly, personally, hate me, don't hate me. I don't see a problem with it. Like
a problem with
they have a plan. They're going with their plan and they're sticking to it. I don't think that people have to get so upset nowadays just because there's no females in this or that. I mean, there's so many, like, I don't know. My biggest thing when I think of like something trying to push like females into something because there's so many people getting upset about it is that Ghostbusters movie where they had to make an all females cast to like try and just get what's the word, like appreciation or whatever from females to show, we appreciate you, this or that or the other. Like, I don't think it's necessary. That's just me. I mean, there's so much equality. I don't believe that everything has to push, having this diversity of females and males or whatnot. And with their game, I mean, they're just sticking to what their plan is.
So I think that my thing here is, and I understand, Panda, you're not wrong, right? Women have been in Russia's military for a while, but in this instance of what Tarkov is technically about, it's not like there was no women in that situation. Like Tarkov is technically a historical event that did happen in Russia, in a city where a military group was sent in, a private military company was sent in, and they basically, that's what PMC stands for, private military company, was sent in to handle the situation, and the town went to complete chaos. And inside that, it was the town and these PMCs going at it. Here's where I have an issue, right? Adding women characters, I don't think that it takes that much to reskin a character and make it animated. Sorry, you lost Scruffy there for a second because I didn't move my mouse, but it'll come back here. There it goes. In any case, I think that that is kind of a cop out. Here's my thing. Tarkov has been around forever. Tarkov has been around for at least I know for a fact 2 to 3 years because I played it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Here's the issue that I have. Now all of a sudden these content creators are jumping on this bandwagon because it's popular, and now they're clout chasing. And now it's like, oh, women's rights this, or men are saying equal opportunity this and equal, like, I got it. I'm all for equality. Like, absolutely. I should be able to shoot a male figure just like I should be able to shoot a female figure. Like if I want to play a female, I'll play a female. If I want to play a male, I play a male. I don't really, that's not a thing. Like, it's not an idea of like, I'm a macho guy and I don't want to see a female character in my game. But my thing is that it's not been in there since the beginning. Why all of a sudden now is it such a big deal? And there's plenty of games out there that you never play a female protagonist. And it's this just big thing. Like, the character design modeling of it, I'm not a designer. I'm not a coder. I'm sure that there is something that goes into it and the animation stuff that goes into it. But at the same time, I think that what Tarkov, to play devil's advocate on both sides, I think Tarkov wants to hold true to being this like super realistic style, shooter, and super, like straight and narrow. This is it. This is where we are. And we don't wax and wane because you don't like it, but And so they're just like, if we are going to make a female character, we are going to do different animations. We're going to do different run styles. We're going to do different body types. We're going to like, all of this is going to come into play. Whereas players, realistically, you could just skin the shit and be done with it and never change a thing, because you don't ever see your character unless you're seeing it from just standing out, gumming, in the loot thing. That's it. That's the only time you ever see your character. So what does it matter? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But at this point, I don't know. Like, I think it's almost to a point where you're like, where Battle State's kind of like, they've made their stance, stay with it. Don't back off now. Like, you've already put your bed, lay in it. That's it. It's done.
As far as I see it, I feel like people who are complaining about it are just trying to stir stuff up.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I think it's clout chasing.
Like you said, they're clout chasing. They're just trying to get drama going.
And one of the most, to me, it was one of the most stupid and aggressive things that you could do. And this is just a cue to all content creators that are watching and anybody out there, right? Don't do this. Like, don't go out there and just try to make your stamp, because clout, or whatever's going on. You want to be on the zeitgeist of things, right? This person tweeted out a comment saying, I'm never going to play Tarkov ever again. I'm not streaming it until they make this change, right? And guess what? They maybe have streamed Tarkov twice, ever.
Yep.
Like, you never played it before. You didn't start playing it until it became big. You didn't start playing it until it was the #1 game on Twitch. So then for you to go out and make this comment, like, I'm sorry, but no, like, you don't have a right to do, like, okay, you have a right, but your voice doesn't matter. It should not matter. And what makes it even worse is that people then respond to this bullshit and it feeds into it so much more. And so it just, I don't know. Yeah. It's very, very frustrating in any sense. So
yeah, they're just trying to get stuff out of it, honestly. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, 100%. So, well, since we're on this topic of kind of gaming and community and asinine things that are coming out, let's talk about Monster Hunter World for a second. Let's talk about Monster Hunter World. Have you heard about this? Have you heard about what's the situation that's going on?
What's going on?
Okay. So Monster Hunter World, for anybody that's not familiar with it, which if you're not, I don't know where you guys have been at, but anyway, Monster Hunter World is a game basically where your character, you can play a female character. Just I'll put that out there for anybody that wants to fucking go on a rant. You play a female character. So
I'll be right back. I gotta go play.
So you go out and you hunt down these big monsters and you take them down, you kill them, and you harvest their parts for armor and upgrades to then go after the next one and keep on going and going and going and going, right? And that's the crux of the game. And
I think I have heard about this. Is this people complaining about killing monsters?
Yes, it is.
It's like mean or whatever.
Yes, it is. So,
oh my God.
Monster Hunter Iceborne has just launched on the PC, and PC PC Gaming decided to put out a review. And for anybody that can, if you can link it in the chat. Sorry guys, we're so very preemptive here. I would have had the links and post them in chat already, but if you can find it, great. Crovid, somebody can find it and post it in chat. That'd be awesome. But anyway, there's a review out there that basically says that we should be ashamed of ourselves and how horrible this game is, because these poor innocent creatures are being hunted down and mutilated just so that you can get a piece of their body so that you can go on and craft the next piece of gear and rinse and repeat. And how could you do that? And it just shows how sadistic and messed up our world is. And I'm sitting here reading this garbage and looking at this review and literally going, so hold on one second. So we're going so far to the left. We're just flying so far off the handle now that we have to be mindful of digital sprites, feelings, like inanimate objects in video games. I now have to cater to how they may feel. Like, how in the world is this allowed to happen right now? Like, how is this a thing? Like, it's
gone too far.
Am I losing my mind? We're so freaking caught up in this Me Too feeling, like, what? I can't even put into words it. Like, what the hell is happening to society where now I have to be like, oh, I can't play Mario. I feel bad for Mario. Mario has to bang his head against a block to get coins. That's horrible. We shouldn't do that. Like, okay, I mean, I program them to hate people. I don't know. Program the block to be like, I don't know, racist against Italians. Maybe then it's okay. Like,
Wait, whoa, what's Italians got to do with it?
if he's a plumber, he's Italian, right? Mario's Italian.
Oh, yeah. This is probably coming from the same people that say video games make people violent or aggressive. So,
Dude, this is coming from PC Gamer. Like, they are it's not like it's this one-off small indie group. Like, PC Gamer is a very large organization. They're a very
yeah, but they have tons of people who work for them who make up these reviews and stuff. You never know. You're gonna get a different person like Sam Greer, the guy who made this one. Apparently, I have no doubt he's probably one of those people.
Yeah,
he made a review like this.
I mean, it blows me away. It really does blow me away to think that we've gone that far now to have to worry about like ones and zeros. We're talking about programmable sprites. Like, so now does every game, like, what are they gonna do with The Last of Us? If they don't, I swear, I'm telling you right now, if they don't review The Last of Us and come out and talk about how The Last of Us is a completely and utterly horrible, gut-wrenching, despicable title, and they give Monster Hunter this complete like drag through the mud, I'm gonna be extremely pissed. Like, it's this outspoken, like you said, this outspoken minority is ridiculous, and the fact that they even have a platform, like, someone should basically say, "Shut up, just shut up." Just shut up. You know what? You're fired. Like, go away. These are the dumb comments that need to be quelched and put away because it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. Like, do you know the things that we do to people in Divinity? Holy, we murdered an entire town just for the hell of it, bro.
Cold blooded.
Like,
I stole everything from them, then murdered them. Like, that's not gonna be worse than what's going on.
People that were taken captive, basically thrown into a concentration camp, and then me, Enigma, and Scruff roll up and just wipe clean the town. We're like, we're just gonna you know what? You guys have stuff we want. We're just gonna purge everything and steal it from you. Like,
that's fine, but you can't kill a digital monster.
Yeah, don't kill a monster. It's not okay. Don't, like, if we would have, I mean, I guess technically we did chop off some of their limbs and I did eat them as an elf.
Yeah, but that was for your benefit. I mean, like, it's okay. It's fine.
Cannibalism's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. And again, chat, like, I'd love to know how you guys feel about this. It's ridiculous, dude. I've yet to find someone that can honestly sit here and tell me that this is a legitimate thing, like that they think that this is a legitimate point. I fear that probably because they would be laughed out of the damn room.
Unless, like, this has just got to be another freaking, like, attention-seeking story or something, review that they're trying to make up just to stir more stuff up. I don't know how this could actually be taken seriously.
Yeah, but is that okay? Is that where we're at now? Like, the idea is that we can just create false media. Right. We can just create whatever we want just to get.
I mean, there's been tons of fake news always created now, and it just sucks that that's like what we live in. It's just surrounded by fake news.
Yeah,
left and right.
Well, and it's crazy too because I mean that's something that was that you'd see a lot in, like, politics, news media, stuff like that. But to now come and like bleed over into this, the idea of the gaming culture. Like, I understand, like, there's the shock and the awe factor, and like that's out there, and it's been out there, for a while. But like, just this polarizing idea of something like this is just kind of crazy to me. It just it really makes it. It just. I don't know. It's just really stupid to me and just ignorant for someone to do something like that. So, but yeah. So in any case, I'm going to leave a lot of Monster Hunter extra talk because when Enigma gets back, I can tell you right now, that boy is going to go ham into some Monster Hunter. So.
Yeah, he's got a lot to say about that game. He loves it.
Yeah. So what else, man? What else have you been playing? What are you kind of, or just in general, like, recap of 2019, man? What were you excited about with 2019? Like,
honestly, I don't even know what I was personally excited about. I didn't have much really going in like 2019 gaming wise until probably the end of the year, since I was out traveling a lot. But like, I mean, what came out in 2019? I can't even recall.
I mean, the 2019 playlist, like game list that came out, like
like Sekiro, I didn't play. The new Star Wars or what was that other one that came out that got like a lot of hits? Oh no, should we get on the topic of Death Stranding?
Yeah, let's talk about Death
Should we talk
Stranding
about
for a
Death
moment.
Stranding?
Let's first off, I'm so ecstatic, guys. I'm so happy. I'm sitting here watching the gaming reviews. I streamed it live. I'm
Great game.
sitting here watching the gaming reviews or the
Oh,
gaming
God.
awards, and I am literally praying to everything that is holy that Kojima and this stupid ass title that he has called Death Stranding doesn't win one award. I absolutely love his name slipped me. Oh my god. Main character. Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus. Yeah.
Love Norman Reedus.
Yeah, he's a great guy, great actor.
This game is a tech demo at most for how you should walk in a game. Other than that, it is the most convoluted, stupid, backwards, dumbass story that makes no sense, has no rhyme or reasoning. You don't know what you're doing. The point of the whole story is just to basically deliver packages like a UPS guy. And all I'm saying is that the game is stupid. And for everyone to sit here and be like, this game is amazing, is literally hyping and jumping on Kojima's backside because they think that he is literally just a genius. And I'm going to tell you something right now. The man is insane. He's not even that good of a game developer. Play through Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, like play through Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid stopped being good after 2. Metal Gear Solid 4 was just a way for him to make a movie. And Metal Gear Solid 5 was so far departed from the series, it was a joke. Like, it's just not good. Like,
I feel like it's like watching an anime with huge tittied girls and saying you watch it for the plot.
yeah, that, you know, everybody watches hentai for the plot. Duh.
Yeah, it's for the plot. I mean,
dude, it's not. We're talking about Death Stranding again. This is it's. Guys, I'm sorry. Like when you have someone that even goes on and talks about how they don't know like what the game is about, like that's what he said. Like Kojima's like, I don't even know, and then goes further to say, oh. Well, people that are in America, right? The Westerners, they're too dumb to understand what it's about. Dude, you just sat here.
We don't get it.
You just sat here and said that you don't know what it's about. How are you going to sit here and tell me I don't know what it's about, bro? Like, it's not art. That's not, no. We're not tagging something that is just a stupid idea. And
a monkey could slap a painting with its hand and paint and call it art.
Go. You want to see art? Go play Man Standing on Twitch on stream.
I was gonna bring that up,
bro. Go play Man Standing on stream on Steam. And I'm just saying, guys, even if you do like it, it's fine. But understand why you like what you like. Like, understand that it's not because it's, you know, it's a great innovation of video games or anything like that. Like. It's a good tech demo. I give it to him. Like he made a good tech demo. But when I play a game, I'm playing for a few reasons. If I'm playing a single player game, I want to become engrossed in the world. I want to become engrossed in what I'm doing. I want to become this character and I want to know my purpose, right? I want to know why I'm here. Like when you get sucked into a game like Fallout, when you get sucked into a game like, you know, the Outer Worlds or Outer Wilds, when you get sucked into these games like Sekiro, you become that character and you know your point and your mission, right? And some people equate it to like Dead Souls or Dark Souls. That game is not Dark Souls. Death Stranding is not Dark Souls. Dark Souls is lore. The story behind Dark Souls is completely out there and you have to go find it for yourself. That's completely understandable. But the core crux of Dark Souls is the gameplay itself and what it is. It's the world. If you want to experience the world, that's great. But the thing about Death Stranding is that it tries to do this idea of we are a story-based game, and the story is all over the place. It's just, it's not even, it doesn't connect. Like they leave so many gaping holes in places that it's just, I don't know. It's just bad, in my opinion. There's not one aspect, I think, of that game, aside from maybe the animation side, that I can really think and be like, this is a cool concept.
I love figuring stuff out in games for myself, but if there's a game that I physically can't figure something out, how can I play that?
So I'll let you answer this question before I get it answer it. So one of the people in chat, Crovid, basically said, well, movies do the same thing. They leave a lot of plot holes in movies and you enjoy those. So what is your opinion on that? Because I've got some obviously vocal opinions on that.
I feel like with movies, I mean, there's a lot of theories that people make up or yourself you can make up about the movie. If there's like a plot hole left like unsaid or undone, you still kind of get an idea of like what is really going on. With most movies, there's never been a movie I haven't watched I just have been totally lost or whatnot. With Death Stranding, I don't know, it's still different to me. I feel like there's so many unanswered questions or just questions that have been answered but don't make any sense whatsoever.
Well, so here's the thing too. A video game you play, it's your character. It's you, or it's a character, but it's you. You embody that character. So now the difference between a movie and between a video game is that the movie is not there to make you feel a certain way because of the character. It entices certain feelings. So it's going to say, cool, if you go to a horror movie, it needs to be scary, right? If I go to an action movie, I need to have action. I need to feel on my edge. But you can see the characters playing the roles out. You see their facial expressions. The actors are doing their job by acting out those roles. In a video game, you are playing those characters. You are making those choices. You are doing all of that stuff. So when you, as a main character, don't know how to feel, well, then it makes it so the game doesn't make any sense anymore. The storyline doesn't make any sense anymore. So a movie, it's basically I'm watching something happen versus inside of a game, I am making this happen. And I should feel more connected to those choices. I can't choose. Like, I've not been to a movie that's a choose your own adventure movie. Like, I don't know.
Right.
Like, if that's the case, Captain Iron Man wouldn't have died. Like at the end game, like that wouldn't have happened, but
yeah,
that in the movie, it's all set out. What's going to happen is going to happen, and that's it. So you can then take all of the kind of stuff and put it together to say, okay, well, at the end of Inception, you don't know if the thing dropped or not. It's up to you, to kind of decide. Well, okay, I saw the entire movie. I can make judgment calls off that. In a video game, it's not like that would be like me spinning the dial and then being like, oh, I don't know, cut the black. It's like, what the hell? Like, how are you not, like, you got to finish this. You can't just leave it unfinished. Like, I don't know.
No, I agree. And also, if anyone hasn't seen Endgame by now, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
So I don't know. So Death Stranding was that's Death Stranding. If you want to watch it, go on YouTube and watch a video of it being played. I don't recommend playing it. I wouldn't spend the money on it. Don't let Kojima win.
Yeah, I don't know.
Aside from that, man, honestly, 2019, I mean, we had quite a bit. So I got a list up here, right, of games that kind of came out in 2019. So Control.
Yeah, what do you got?
You got Control, Resident Evil 2. Control, by the way, was a really good game. Really, really good game.
I never even really seen anything about that game. Actually,
it's a really good single player game with a lot of like roguelikes, RNG style kind of setup. So
yeah, it went under my radar for sure.
Yeah, it's something I definitely would recommend picking up. But honestly, 2019 was a really big year for single player games. I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, you had Control, Outer Worlds, Resident Evil 2, Death Stranding, Sekiro, Metro Exodus, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which I do want to play. I've heard that game is just absolutely amazing, and I want to play through it. You had Kingdom Hearts 3, Luigi's Mansion, Devil May Cry 5, Untitled Goose Game, Disco Elysium, which by the way won Game of the Year. And congrats to them, man. Congrats to an indie company like that winning.
That is awesome. Yeah.
And I want to play that too. Like I've heard that that's a really good game, but I also heard it's a lot of dialogue. Like it's a very, very dialogue heavy game. I mean, the list goes on and on. Katana Zero, Cadence of Hyrule. It's just a Plague Tale, which is another great game. I mean, it's just on and on and on for single player games. So Fire Emblem, yeah, it was a really. Oh yeah, that's right. Sekiro won Game of the Year. Disco Elysium won. I forgot what they won something. I forgot. Red Dead Redemption 2 is not a single player game.
Apparently, I think it was Metacritic listed Last of Us as game of the decade. Actually, You don't like Last of Us?
No,
No?
that game is
Oh,
hot
man.
garbage too.
No, I loved Last of Us, actually. I loved their story.
No, no.
Well,
It's not. Again, I feel no connection to those characters. Like
none?
nothing,
Not
nothing.
Joel,
Nope.
not what Joel and Ellie go through the entire...
Nope. Ellie is a whiny ass little,
I will give...
little
she
girl,
is.
right? The
I'll give you
entire
that.
time. And
But like, she grows up.
I don't
Like,
care.
She grows out of that.
Bro, no, she doesn't. She's that way all the way through Last of Us 1, all the way through Last of Us DLC, and she's even worse than number 2.
I don't feel like she is. But
Yeah,
okay.
no.
Okay.
It just
To each their own.
and again, it's one of those things where like I don't feel like there's
Like connected.
in a single player game. To me, there's two things that really, really matter, right? I should feel connected to your characters,
Mm-hmm.
and the gameplay should be fun. Okay, and the
I
game,
agree with that. Yeah.
the gameplay in Last of Us was not fun.
What about it wasn't fun?
Any of it,
What
like
it
didn't
the
know
level design or the
all of it. Like the level design, I don't feel like there was enough of that style of game
I
where
will say
could.
it was linear. Like compared to other zombie games and survival games, it is very linear.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't have a choice on what I really wanted to do. It was like
yeah, you don't.
you go in and this is it. Make your like you don't even get to make a decision. And they tried to give it an idea of, I think, freedom, like of saying like, oh, you can you can play it how you want to in a way, but realistically, no, you can't. Like I have to avoid these infected or whatever they are.
Right.
People are dangerous. I got to stay away from them, and I don't have enough ammo and things like that to really play the game that I want to. Like it had, and it doesn't need to be an open world game, but I should be able to play that game in a way that's like.
You want more choices. You want more freedom.
Right. And I also want to, if I want to feel connected to that character, you know, especially in a game where like I am taking on the role of Joel, I'm not just my character that I'm creating. I'm now taking on the personality of this person. I feel like you have to have a lot of backstory to go in to fill that, to understand why is Joel the way Joel is. And we didn't get that.
Right.
We got a few cutscenes here and there to explain why Joel is the way he is. But all of a sudden, like, he's just, you go to the start screen, you go to the play screen, and now he's an asshole, and he's you know, going after this girl, which you think, you know, he's like, okay, cool, he has an affiliation with his daughter or whatever else. Like it just, it's not enough to feel compelled as to like, okay, cool, why is this guy okay with killing and murdering all of these people for this girl that he's never known, doesn't have really any connection to, other than the fact of like she's out in the world too. Like, and I get it. He's an adopted father, broken home, broken daughter. He was taken away from him. Like, I understand all of that. But if I lost my kid tomorrow, I'm not going to turn into freaking Liam Neeson and just start going off and murdering people and John Wicking everybody because I want to find another, like, a kid. Like, that just doesn't happen. So, I didn't feel connected to that game.
I see where you're coming from. I definitely see how you can't really get connected as well with the characters because there aren't many choices you can make freely. I mean, with games that have a lot of dialogue options, it really allows you to give that character its own personality from where you want it to be. But that game really didn't have it. But to me, I just enjoyed it because I felt like it was a good, you know, post-apocalyptic zombie survival shooter and whatnot. And I just kind of like the scenery of the game and whatnot. And they
So I just sorry I'm laughing. I just realized that I muted my mic on Discord, so you couldn't hear me yell, but I forgot to mute my mic through the podcast, so everybody just heard me yell at my dog. So I was just yelled at the top.
My crow said, "Milo!"
I just yelled at the top of my lungs, "Raisin," and so he's like barking at nothing, and so I apologize. Everybody post the name of your dog or cat in chat like you're yelling at him.
Oh man,
sorry.
No, it's fine. I was pretty much done talking anyways.
Yeah, it just I
got shit.
Yeah,
I accept your opinion for what it is.
I mean, again, it is like, that's great. And Nice Dog, a lot of people told me that go play God of War. A lot of people said like go play God of War because, you know, it's a really great game and it won game of the year last year. You know, I think that I think that if you're gonna you know, to really pick a game of the decade, man, that's hard, you know, because you're talking about going through so many different levels of like innovation, you know, where we look at where we started. a decade ago, and go to where it is now, like gaming has changed drastically. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's changed so much.
It's gone through so many phases throughout this past decade, really.
Right. So like to sit down and say like this is the game of the decade, I think that's a ballsy move to do. And I think that it's I don't know. I mean, do you take it and say, cool, like let's just talk about like from a money standpoint, what's the highest grossing game of all time? Well, obviously that's gonna be Fortnite right now. Like, is
Yeah.
Fortnite game of the decade? Hell no.
No.
Right? Like, no, it's not. Are you gonna take it and say, okay, well, yeah, is it the most played game out there? Then Minecraft technically takes the cake. You know what I mean? So like it's such a hard thing to I think nail down.
You can't pinpoint it because you don't just have opinions and perspectives from PC players as well. You have Xbox players and PS4 players and Switch players. To me, they're all super different. I don't have an opinion on what's the best. I don't care. PC Master Race, but I'm just saying everyone has their own major opinion, and there's so many different top games in each of those consoles, and like they just I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say there? Like,
No, I get it. Like, I think the better way of doing it would be taking each genre and breaking it out and saying this was the
Yeah.
game of the decade for this genre. Because then you can at least have some fair comparison to say, okay, I'm comparing all shooters, right? You're putting Battlefield in there with Call of Duty, in there with Rainbow Six, in there with Tarkov, in there with whatever. I mean, all of this stuff can be kind of taken in and said, is this really the game of the decade?
Right.
For this genre. And so I think if I
every age group
like,
too.
yeah,
There's-
if I had to pick one thing to really be the game that I would probably say would be game of the decade, honest to God, I would probably say Minecraft. The reason looking at it is because that game has gone from nothing to everything and is on every platform possibly known to man. There's not a person out there that you would be able to walk up to and really say Minecraft and they not know what you're talking about. Either they know somebody, their kid plays it, something about it. And on top of that, so many different like genres that are already in the world, like shooters and all of this kind of stuff has moved into Minecraft. There's a Minecraft battle royale style. There's a Minecraft, Hunger Games. There's a Minecraft Fortnite style.
Hunger Games, the original battle royale.
Like, yeah, like it's. I think that you probably could sit there and say that Minecraft really is the game of the decade. I mean, it defines so many things.
It's got so much, and it's got so much diversity of different things you can do in it.
Right, and we're not even talking about mods. Like, you start putting mods in there, like you're now blowing it completely out of the water. Like, so yeah, I mean, but all in all, I mean, I think 2019. If I had to look at it from a gaming perspective, I mean, we started off the year with Anthem, guys. Like we started the year off with Anthem. Like, let's just let that set in for a second.
Yeah.
Anthem. Let's hit that one more time. Anthem, right? Like, it was supposed to be amazing.
Yeah, nah.
Like, it's just poopy. But yeah, I mean, and now, like, I think they're just completely like dumpster firing that game, right? Like, are they still working on Anthem? Like, is it still like a thing?
There was supposed to be like an Anthem next, like what No Man's Sky did. I think they're trying to do now. Like, just
Okay.
I mean, No Man's Sky did it pretty successfully, from what I heard. It's still not my type of game, but they actually brought it back, from what I've heard.
Yeah, I don't know.
They had it really to be released from all the freaking false allegations they got called out for.
Yeah, I don't think that it. I don't know. I don't know if you can do that. I think, like, man, No Man's Sky was in such a weird spot.
Yeah.
That I think that it was okay to kind of be like, we're going to scrap all this and add a bunch of stuff. Plus, No Man's Sky wasn't a game when it launched. Like, realistically, it really wasn't a game.
It was just a simulator.
Yeah. I mean, that's it,
Yeah.
And I think that Anthem was a game when it launched. Anthem was a full-fledged idea. Anthem had a lot of cool things in it. Like, Anthem, I personally didn't have a problem with Anthem. Like, as far as
it was very ambitious on what they wanted to do with it.
Like, the core of the game was a blast to play, and it was a blast to play with friends. But dang it, man. Like they had no end game. They had no progression. There was like your character was your character and that was it. Like there was no real way to really take your character and make them their own. You know, you have something like you look at Destiny. Are you tired, Scruff?
No,
Is your star
no, I'm good.
is your hashtag at Starbucks not
I
kicking
got
in?
my espresso, my 5 shots of espresso in here. I'm
You
chilling.
know, man. But in any case, like I think that it like Destiny did a good job of saying like, cool, you're gonna play as a hunter, you're gonna play as a Titan, you're gonna play as a warlock, but you build your character kind of any way you kind of want to, but with guns. Guns are gonna be the biggest thing. Anthem, it wasn't that. Anthem, like, yeah, you could put all these guns on here, and they had different cool abilities, but that was it. There was no diversity in your characters. So I don't know. I mean, I don't. Do you think
Nothing
they
set you apart from everyone else?
No.
Like,
because you could paint your stuff like because you could have different again, and it was a beautiful game. It was beautiful, man. Like it just is really really good. And I really hope for the best. I hate that BioWare is and where's BioWare is at. You know,
pretty sure their lead director didn't he quit as
yeah,
well?
they've
and
left.
moved on?
Yeah, they've left like 6 times. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just. I don't know. I mean, do you think that they can bring it back from the brink? I mean, do you think that this is
I don't think so.
possible? Yeah,
I think they should just move on and call it quits.
that sucks. I mean, again, it just because it is something a little bit different. It is something,
Yeah.
you know, and one of the things that I wish we would.
And it really sucks for all the people who had high expectations and hopes for it too.
Yeah,
I know I had a lot of friends who really were psyched about it, but
yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe if they like crushed it from the ground up, right? They just completely destroyed the game and rebuilt it. You know, I mean, look, Final Fantasy did it. Final Fantasy 14 did it. Holy hell,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14 was a dumpster fire. And I played it. I put months into that game in the first original game, like Final Fantasy 14. And then they literally, Bahamut destroyed the world. And they were like, okay, everything's back. Like, what? Like, what? And now it's like a super successful MMO. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe they can do it. Maybe that's the way to do it. Like just completely have a catastrophic event that destroys the entire world. And now it's, you know, a brand new game. It's an MMO. I don't know. I have no idea how you make that better, but
yeah.
I mean, so we started there and then in the middle of the year, we kind of got, the Call of Duty, right? Well, no, Call of Duty didn't come out till the end of the year. We got, I guess, like Borderlands and Kingdom
Borderlands
Hearts.
3, that was fun when we played it.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts and Borderlands 3. I don't have an issue with either. You know, I think Borderlands to me, what is something that you just you go in, hop in, have a good time, hop out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's
And I feel like it's definitely a game like most games are it's just way more enjoyable with friends.
yeah. We did get the Division 2.
Yeah, I missed that.
I miss it too. To be quite honest, I like the Division 2. I think the Division 2 was a great game for a lot of things. Like I love the realistic style of it.
Yeah.
I think the multiplayer was fun and enjoyable.
That's good.
You know, but I think that the in-game content, like they just didn't have it on lock. You know what I mean? And honestly, I think if they would take a note out of Tarkov's book, like Tarkov hits on for me what I wanted Division to be. Like I wanted that, like, okay, I'm gonna roll in with my squad and we're gonna go to take this area and we're gonna loot this area for stuff, and I have to be worried about somebody else rolling up and wanting to take it. You know?
Right. Well, I didn't play the Division 2 since I was gone at the time. I never picked it up. But did they still have the like what was it called, the Dark Zone or whatever, where it was like the PvP zone where it was just all free for all with like rogues and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Dark Zone was
I
there.
liked that concept.
But
I really did like that one.
But why not make that the entire map? Why not
yeah.
make the entire thing, you know,
and then just have little safe zones and hideouts where
Right.
you go and collect it yourself.
right.
Like,
The entire map should be completely open like that. And it wasn't, you know, choose a faction, go at it, you know, but I don't know. I mean, I've thought about like dabbling with the Division again. You know, it's a Diablo style, you know, loot and shooter kind of game, and it's cool, very customizable with your characters. You can do completely different builds, completely different guns. You know, it's really cool. But I think
now
that
what would be really cool is if it introduced personal hideouts into that game, kind of like Tarkov, where you have your personal hideout where you build it up, but then have like maybe faction hideouts that you take over in the real world of the game. That would be a really cool concept.
Yeah. Well, and I said it about Tarkov. Like Tarkov should make it where you can you can go and loot the hideout. Like I should be able to come and blow out your hideout, like and have to protect my hideout. That to me seems really cool.
Yeah.
You know, so it's yeah. I don't know. I mean, I wish the Division is still going on. Tom Clancy, you know, obviously, and Ubisoft are not going to let it go. They've supported it. There already talks about their new DLC that's coming out for it and their new reworks. And honestly, the Division 1 was kind of crap when it first came out and ended very, very strong. They have this, you know, Ubisoft has this weird method of like taking games like Rainbow Six Siege, which was complete dog crap, and when it launched, and now, I mean, good God, dude, it's like, it's massive. It's insane how popular it is now. So
they have a good way of immersing you into their games, like with the first Division. I was really immersed and I really got into it. I felt like I was really in that time of the Black Friday, like crisis or whatever that game was around.
Yeah, well,
and
when
the
you
whole atmosphere was crazy, like
and when you see those like when you see the simulations come up out in the real world, where it's like you could see what was happening and hear what was happening.
The
That
echoes,
was yeah, that was crazy.
that was so cool. Yeah.
No, it's I mean, I thought you were going to say Rainbow Six is immersive. I was like, dude, that immerses you in Salt. Like it's when I like. I could play Tarkov and lose my stuff every single moment of the day in that game and still not get as salty as what I do in Rainbow Six, because I can get shot from a random wall across the map, somehow penetrates 6 boulders and a car tire and still hits me in the face. So,
yeah, you should see the new operator who has a sniper rifle that can penetrate 3 walls.
Yeah, see, I don't even know that existed. Like,
yep, it's new.
What are you doing? It's just irresponsible.
It's irresponsible. It's time to stop.
Yeah, and then we ended the year with Call of Duty, and you know, so many other games. Outer Worlds. What else did we end with? Sekiro,
the Jedi,
Jedi Fallen Order. Really, really big. And I feel like there was something else that came out too at the end of the year. Maybe not. Whoa, what are you doing? Don't take me to that. I don't know. I don't want to go to What is Golf. And then you have Stadia. Let's talk about Stadia. So Stadia was, you know, Google's attempt to get into the game anywhere, stream anywhere, play anywhere kind of thing. And I don't even think you can game on their main console. Like, I
don't understand how they have that much money and they screw it up that bad.
Dude, it's bad.
Like, come on.
It's bad. It's not good. I mean, I played it at E3, and surprisingly enough, at E3 and at PAX both, I walked up to them and I said, I want to see this being played out in the wild. I don't want to see it here in a freaking convention center where I know that this stuff's hooked up to PCs underneath. They're like, no. Look, they open up the things underneath and there's no PCs, there's no wires. And I'm like, bro, I don't care what you're telling me and what you're showing me. I'm telling you right now, this is not running off
the average. You want to see what the average consumer will experience.
Right.
And you just weren't.
And the fact of it is that you can't do it. Like, even a stable internet connection isn't enough. Like, you know, I have a buddy that has like 500 up and like 400 down or something like that. Was not able to play these games without some kind of lag. Like, that is not okay. Like, I understand. And if anything, like, to me, why not take Stadia and do it right and wait and take your time and research this stuff? And I get companies have money invested into it, but come on, guys, you're Google. It's not like this is going to be a make or break for you. Like, you're wrapped up in other things. Stadia is not the end of the world if it doesn't work. But my thing is that all this does is that it hinders progression. We eventually are going to have to get to this. Like, eventually this is the future of gaming. It's going to be cloud-based gaming. That's it.
Yeah.
They're like consoles, PCs, all of the hardware shit, all of that's going to go away. It's going to be cloud-based. But when you bring out something like Stadia and it burns so bad and it doesn't function, all that you're doing is just hurting everything else. Like, because no one's going to believe in it. You know what I mean? Like, nobody is going to believe in it.
And the next person who actually comes up with it and does good, you know, who's going to go for it after Stadia?
Right.
Pooped everyone's freaking fans. Like seriously.
So I don't know. I mean, and I know Xbox, like, there's talks about Xbox and, you know, Project Cloud and all this other kind of, or Project X Cloud or whatever it's called, you know, them pushing to this. I don't know, man. I mean, do you think that Microsoft can pull it off? Do you think that Sony can pull it off? Like Google couldn't do it. Can they do it? Do you think that they understand the gaming world better? Do you think that they can do it?
I have more hopes for Sony and Microsoft a little bit.
Do you think Sony can do it better than Microsoft, huh? Have you
know,
tried the
I'd say-
PlayStation Now stuff?
No, I haven't, but I don't know. Microsoft is not my favorite
What do you have against Microsoft?
because they're the whole Xbox Game Pass. And as much as I love the deal of the Xbox Game Pass and everything, I feel like I still I paid $1 for it or $5 for 3 months, and I feel like I still haven't got my money's worth just because I've played like 1 or 2 games that actually work on there.
Yeah. Okay. Now hold on. Is it all right? Actually working, I understand. I can get that, right? But you know, now I think that the new Xbox is going to have it boots into Windows 10. And so you can actually use it like a PC. So it'll actually have Steam access, have Epic Game Store access. So I mean, which I think is brilliant, by the way. I think it's brilliant that they're doing this. Like, take I've been saying this forever. Take the console, take it, and just basically get rid of it and say, we're going to be developing all of this crap as a distribution center for games. Like, become a publisher. Microsoft should be a publisher. Just publish everything. Who gives a damn whether it's on an Xbox or a PlayStation or whatever else? Just publish the crap out of it. And so to me, saying, hey, we're going to have Steam and I'm going to have Epic Game Store on my new console, that's awesome. Like, absolutely. And if I can have Xbox Game Pass and then get these games on Steam, heck yeah. Like sign me up. Like, it's a great idea, man. It's great. I got it. You don't like Epic Game Store, Enigma, but you know what? It's a thing. We can't get rid of it.
You know what? The one thing I will give props to Epic Game Store about is their like weekly free games. Like, it's actually nuts how many like deals they give you. Like, I almost have a library full of like $100 like plus just in free games that I've gathered up throughout like the past couple months.
Are you gonna ever play them?
Yeah, I've played a few. I actually have played a few.
How many
Like,
have you?
I don't
How many have
play
you
them all.
stuck with?
None of them. but
I got them for free. I'm never gonna play
They're
them
for free. Yeah, I was never gonna buy
but
them.
if I want to, I can.
Enter the Gungeon. I got to play it. I'm not a big fan of it. Overcooked is a pretty good game. Steep is one that I'll probably actually play. I played the beta. I never wanted to buy it because just didn't feel like it, but it was pretty fun just to mess around on. That's the only thing I'll give Epic Games credit for.
So here's the issue that I have with Epic Games is that they screw over a lot of those people because they go in and they make them free and they don't pay out the because the thing about a free game, when you offer a game for free, Epic is then saying, I am going to go and pay you a portion of sales for however many downloads you get.
Right.
And they have been known.
Have they cheaped them out?
Have they been known to not pay their some of their games? I'm not saying all of them, and I'm not saying it's a lot of them, but I'm saying that there is a history of them not paying for those games.
That sucks. I just got sundered.
So, yeah, Sundered is a great game, but you know, and I'm not against games for free. I mean, there's been so many companies that, like, dude, Origin's done it, Epic's done it, you know, Discord has done it. All of these companies give all this stuff out for free, right?
Yeah.
And to me, I honestly like the way that Xbox does it. I think pay as a subscription, gaming as a subscription service. I pay, you know what? I want access to every single EA game. Okay, cool. It's $5 a month. All right, I'll pay $8 a month, $5 a month, whatever, to have access to every single EA game ever to come out. Awesome, cool. It's a subscription service. I'm down with that, right? Let me pay Steam or Valve, you know, $30 a month, and I have access to every single Steam game on there. Like,
I like that system too, honestly. As much as I kind of gave the Xbox Game Pass a little bit of crap, it is a good system. It hasn't worked.
I think the beta has been a problem.
It's probably just for me. Maybe it is in beta, so like I'll give it that. Like, it's not terrible. It's a great system, and I think it can really show a lot of improvement for gaming.
Well, I think that Microsoft understands and sees that they have to get away from the idea behind everything being locked behind this Xbox app, right? Like you're seeing now that their, Master Chief Collection has gone to Steam. You're seeing all of these things kind of go to Steam, right? Halo Infinite is going to be on Steam. Gears of War was on Steam. Like all of this stuff was on Steam. So they're learning that, you know what? It is what it is. We're putting it on Steam, and that's where it's going to go. Having, like, for instance, I picked up Deep Rock Galactic. I can't play with my kids because they have the Xbox app version and I don't. So that kind of stuff I think is where it becomes really kind of messed up. So
right.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's where we ended 2019, right? And obviously, again, I think that it ended with a bang. And now coming out into 2020 or 2020, has 2020 in the gaming world, right? In the games that you're playing, obviously, I know there's nothing that's really come out except for Monster Hunter, and I think that's it. I don't really think anything else has really come out yet. Has 2020 lived up like to your kind of gaming hype?
I'll just have to find out, really. To me, I'm excited for Cyberpunk to release. That should be coming April.
Yeah. Bunch of people are excited for Cyberpunk, man. I hope that game does not flop, dude. I don't think it will. CD Projekt Red doesn't really ever not deliver.
Yeah. Dying Light 2, I'm kind of excited about. Honestly, I didn't play through the whole Dying Light 1, but like I loved it from what I did play. So that might be a cool title. I can't think of any others. I know one that my sister is getting is the new Animal Crossing, and I'll probably play that because I love Animal Crossing, to be honest.
Okay, can you explain to me what is the hype around Animal Crossing? Why?
You played Stardew Valley.
Yeah, we saw how long I played Stardew Valley for.
Okay, but you've seen it still.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it. I mean,
same idea, I the hype around Stardew Valley is the same around Animal Crossing.
But I feel like Stardew Valley has more because there's dungeons, there's like things that you can go into. Whereas with,
it might be more, but that's also working towards Animal Crossing. Some people like, a little bit less.
I feel like there's a lot less in Animal Crossing. I mean, am I wrong? I mean, again, I'm asking chat. I'm asking everybody. Like, I need explanation, or just at me on Twitter or let me know. Like, I want to know what it is about Animal Crossing. I've never understood it.
It's more relaxing to play Animal Crossing than it is Stardew Valley. With those type of games, it's something you just sit down and play for a little bit, whether that's your thing, or maybe you like with Pokemon, you might just want to play it just to go around and catch a few Pokemon. I mean, Animal Crossing, you just get on and, go around a city a little bit and talk like
Right, but okay, so this is the same thing. Like, I don't understand Sims. I've tried Sims a lot. Like, I enjoy games like Planet Zoo. I enjoy Roller Coaster Tycoon because I see the progression and the point there. I don't understand the progression and point in games like Animal Crossing or Sims. What is it that makes that game relaxing or enjoyable? Because to me, it's like, okay, cool. I just got done with real life. I'm not paying my bills. I just got done paying all my bills. I just got done paying my mortgage. I just got done farming and doing whatever. And now I'm going to sign onto a video game and do the exact same shit. Like, how is that relaxing?
To some people, it is. I don't know. It's just, like you build your own town. You're the mayor. You expand it, like what Crow's saying. Like it is. I don't know.
What?
It is.
What is this?
Not to you, maybe, but to other people, it is.
I need to know. This is for all my boomers out there. I need to know what is.
You're a moomer. You're not a boomer.
Dude, for anybody that knows what I'm talking about, you guys are boomers. I'm just saying, like, if you know what I'm talking about, let me get a 1 in chat. Let me get a 1 in chat if you know what the hell I'm talking about, please. But I need to know what the definition of is. In any case, I don't know. I don't get it. I'll never understand it. I never will. You won't
understand it like you'll never understand Death Stranding.
Yes, Death Stranding and Animal Crossing, 2 games that should never be made. I don't get it. I get Death Stranding should have been made. Animal Crossing shouldn't. No, I'm just kidding. Animal Crossing.
Oh. Wow.
Animal Crossing deserves its place. A lot of people are addicted to it. It's great.
Yeah.
Have fun with it. I don't know. I just don't understand it.
It is what it is.
I think that, yeah, I mean, I'm looking kind of toward the future of what we've got coming up, and
Yeah, what are you excited for personally?
I'm excited. I am excited for the new the Avengers game. I've played some of it more. I played it at E3 and then I got my hands on it at PAX, and it is something I'm excited for. It's Destiny meets like a Destiny loot system style system upgrade system meets obviously I am addicted to superheroes and to Marvel, so that's going to be something I'm extremely into, and you can play it very different ways, and there's a lot of multiple playthroughs, and there's co-op, which I think is always like, for me, a game now. Are we waving to each other? What are we doing? We waving? Hi.
The stream froze for me and I thought it was my cam.
So the thing about it for me is like co-op is everything. Like I don't really like single player content. I don't enjoy single player content that much. I want to be able to enjoy it with another person. I like having that kind of thing, so you can play the Avengers game like that. So we'll see. I'm still wary on the storyline of it. I'm worried on like the replay value of it, but we'll see. I'm actually
Neo 2.
I don't care about Doom. I don't give a damn about Doom. I have not cared about Doom until it was Doom 2. Halo, I don't even know, bro. Like, honestly, I just want Halo 2 and Halo 3 on this Steam, and I'm good with Halo. I don't even know if what Halo Infinite could possibly be. They've not really done very well with 4 or 5, so I can't imagine that Halo Infinite's going to be any good. Final Fantasy 7
the New World.
Yeah.
What's going on with that game?
So
seriously,
I'm if you guys know me, I'm also a very big MMO player, and so I've been looking for a new MMO, and actually am subscribed to the WildStar remake that they just dropped the like the new private servers for that. But New World is on my radar, and I don't know, man.
It totally looks like totally different now.
Yeah, it's completely changed. I know Enigma should have been in here because he should have, like, he could talk about it because he actually played in the alpha, but like it was more of like a survival game.
World.
It was a survival game, and it was more of like a this like MMO style kind of. It reminded what it reminded me of? Conan. What was that?
Conan Exiles.
Yes. In a way. And you need to play it. Enigma. We're gonna hold on New World because I want you to try it and at least play it if you still have access to the beta, because I want to know what it's like now. But it's in a completely different. Yeah, now it's completely different. Now it's like warlocks and demons, and I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
like totally different.
Weird. So another MMO that just actually had some pretty controversial stuff that happened is Magic the Gathering.
Wait, what?
Magic the Gathering. At the Game Awards, they talked about their MMO. It was Magic the Gathering Legends.
I totally missed that.
And they talked about, all they showed was this trailer, and it was all CGI. Nothing was gameplay. And then when you see the gameplay of it, it looks like freaking Diablo Immortal. Like, looks like a phone game. I am not kidding you when I tell you it's a top-down isometric. I love top-down isometrics.
Yeah.
But it looks like a damn phone game. And so I don't know, man. They're getting a lot of heat right now for it because, everyone was like, this is not what I expected from it. And I'm really concerned that Wizards of the Coast is just going to do a cash grab at this.
I'm very iffy about games that show up just as like cinematic CGI trailers.
Yeah.
And Ubisoft is very, very, they love doing that. With Rainbow Six Siege and like the Division games, they were all CGI, and then the game turns out to be totally different.
Yeah, I mean, it's how many games have we had that? Like, what was that Alien game that did that crap where they like showed off
Isolation.
Yeah, Aliens Isolation, Watch Dogs. What we saw,
Yep.
Watch Dogs, and Watch Dogs looked like it was the most gorgeous thing we'd ever seen.
It
And
was
then
like a
now,
movie.
and what we got was this like, is this the handicapped cousin? Like, where's the real game? We can't have this. Like, where's the real thing?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. But what's going on, RH? Yeah, no, we talked about Animal Crossing. Maybe it is. I can't I can't understand. I can't understand Animal Crossing. Wait, that's your mom?
That's my mom.
Oh, well,
Hi, Mom.
I'll keep. Everybody say hi to
Scruffy mom.
Scruffy's mom, Mama Scruffy. I'll make sure I keep my lewdness to a minimal. In any case, so. That threw me for a loop. Where am I at? Oh, by the way, let's pause this for 1 second. Just I wanna Mama Scruffy.
Oh.
Like I'm just trying to put this in the words where it doesn't come out wrong, and sometimes I have FBI knocking on my door. But
Yikes.
like your son started watching me when he was 13. Like he was a little baby boy, and now he's still a little baby boy. But I don't know. It blew me away. Like, to be like, bro, you started watching me at 13. You're 20 now. That's like what, 7 years ago, right?
Yeah, you've seen me grow up.
That's so weird to me. It's so weird. The fact that I mean, I have an 11-year-old son, so yeah, it just I don't know. I would have not let a 13-year-old into my stream.
To the waiter at when I visited you, I was one of your sons.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Oh, I won't forget that.
That was so good. Yeah.
You thought I was one of your 3 kids.
Yep, that was one. Oh man, no, he's a perfect, well-adjusted angel. So we love Scruffy. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, what were we talking about? Oh, games like that. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. You know, there's so many games out like that we have coming down the pipeline that are like that I don't know if they're actually going to be what they're supposed to. It's the same thing, honestly, even like with Riot. Like, I play League, I like League. Like, I'm excited for the new season to come out. You know, season 20 just dropped. The new champion comes out on the 14th. But right now,
this Project A game.
Yeah, I don't trust it.
I don't trust either, but I want it. Like, I want to.
That's because you like Overwatch, and Overwatch is.
It is because I like Overwatch.
Overwatch is a crappy game.
Yeah, it is. But now that it is a crappy game,
bad.
I want something to give me that experience again.
You just want to play crap? You just want to play garbage?
No,
go play Death Stranding.
All right, to me, Overwatch was good, but they totally ruined it with all their new updates and characters and whatever they call in that game. Yeah, it totally ruined it. Dude,
I don't know. I can't agree with you on that one. I don't think Overwatch was ever good. I don't think it was ever in a good spot. Like,
I think the very beginning it was only in its prime.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't. Their hitbox, their hit detection, they're like, so.
I like that dynamic of game, like that, you know, team-based, push the payload, whatnot. I know there's a couple games that do it now, but I think, to me, Overwatch did it good in the beginning.
I'm not like I like the game mode,
right?
But there's a thing that Nintendo does very, very well, and I know it sounds like hear me out. Hear me out. There's a thing that Nintendo does with their multiplayer games, right? It's called rubber banding. And what that means is not like a netcode issue or anything like that. It means that if you're playing a game like Mario Kart and you're losing badly and you are in like 8th place, right? The game will naturally give you more red shells, give you more boosts, give you more blue shells, give you things to get you back into being competitive, right? To get you to the point of like, I can win this. Okay. Mm-hmm. When you're in 1st place, the game starts to give you more crap that you can't use. Okay. Overwatch does the same thing.
Has that been proven? I don't know.
Hear me out. Watch an Overwatch game and look at the way that the game starts the swings of the game. Very rarely do you have a point in a game in Overwatch where it is this team is absolutely better than the other team, and they're just going to destroy the other team. And they constantly just over and over and over and over and over. Like, there's no there's no movement. 9 times out of 10, you will get a situation where there's always some kind of swing. And right at the last moment when everything seemed dire, all of a sudden something came together and now the push happened. Right. So but it's not team comp. It's not like it's not a team comp thing. It's your ult, like the issue with adding abilities into a game like that and having the ultimate effect is that right there. You can then couple all of your ultimates together and somehow push through this impenetrable thing that makes it to where it's not it is a one-sided game for someone, in my opinion, that if you are defending, you are automatically at a loss. Like you're automatically at a loss, that you're not going to be able to hold them down, because as long as the team holds their ults, they can push through, and then that's it. And if you don't hold your ult and use it at the same time they're doing their ult, well, then it's done. So I don't think that Overwatch. I mean,
I don't know. I've never noticed anything like that. I just haven't paid attention. I just play it for what it is.
Yeah,
and
I guess,
to be honest, all I really ever did was play Hanzo and just shoot people in the head.
like when I look at games like that and I look at something like CS:GO to me, even as random as CS:GO is, it's a skill-based game. Like,
Awesome.
and I'm not taking anything away from Overwatch, what you did in Overwatch, right?
Mhm.
I think that a lot of people get caught up in the zeitgeist of like, oh, it's something new, it's something refreshing, it's something different, it's something whatever else, and that it makes it good, right? The same thing kind of like with Fortnite. Oh, I can build. It's something completely new and different in the world, like than what we're used to. It's going to take the world by storm. And it did. And it did. And it did, right? Yeah. But it doesn't mean that it's a good game. Like the game's bloom is all over the place. Like when you're talking about Fortnite. When you're looking at Overwatch, the game's overall functionality of how you play that game is busted, because it's about holding your ults and then using them, and then that's it. That's the entire purpose of that game. So I don't know. I mean, maybe Riot can fix that. Maybe Riot it's gonna be nothing but gameplay stuff, but or all about gunplay. And I hope that it is. But it's so weird to me to see them like. That's not something I expected. A single player game from Riot was not something that I expected. 2 single player games from Riot was not something that I expected, right? A card game, completely expected. I completely expected that.
Yeah, I definitely don't have hopes with Project A to be balanced, even if it is just a shooter. Coming from Riot, knowing League, it's not going to be totally balanced. No game is.
Like League is never balanced ever.
Yeah.
So I think that it's interesting to see kind of them do this. Like, but why could we not get an MMO? Why League? You have the world. Runeterra is an amazing world, and you built such lore behind it, and your characters are so freaking great. Why would you not do an MMO? Like, why do I not have a Diablo style game? Like, oh man, like I don't know.
Maybe they're just waiting for the right opportunity.
Yeah.
Maybe because the market with MMOs right now is, honestly, sadly to say, really bad. They might just be waiting for it to pop up again.
Thanks, the eastern side of the world.
Right.
Thanks for all those crappy MMOs. Appreciate the cash grabs, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but let's move on. There's we talked a lot about gaming, we talked a lot about stuff, and now I just I kind of want to take this last little bit of the podcast and really talk about BDO. God, dude,
Crimson Desert, bro.
So
can't wait.
Yeah. Oh my God, turquoise forest.
Yep.
Just I want to talk about kind of world events, right? So right now there is and again, a lot of, let's just say this: if you don't want to hear about politics, if you don't want to hear about kind of real world stuff, and you only want to hear about games, I would turn the podcast off now, move to a different, whatever else, mute it, go to a different channel, whatever else. Like, but I think politics is something that is really skirted on Twitch for no reason whatsoever, and I think that we live in this world. We should, talk about it. And I think that is something that needs to be out there and discussed. So Me, I'm military background. I was in the army. I was medically discharged. And so I am a little bit, maybe not to say biased, but I'm kind of on a certain side when it comes to issues that are happening right now in Iran and around the world, with all of this kind of stuff. But, I think that just this whole thing behind World War III is really, really interesting. And the ideas that people are out there kind of protesting and things like that. And I just kind of want to get your opinion, man. I want to hear kind of what your thoughts are on this. So,
yeah. Anyways,
do you know about what's going on?
I do, but like, to me, I really don't have an opinion. I don't know. With politics and me, like, I'm only 19 right now. I just got registered to vote in this. I'm still not really following it because honestly, I know it's a big thing. I'm just living my life, doing my own thing, hoping the world doesn't go to crap. But with World War III, I mean, I don't believe it's a big deal until maybe it becomes one. I don't think it's gonna though.
Yeah. So I don't think that the World War III is a thing, right? I mean, the whole entire world going to war like it did in, World War One and, the early 1900s and then to going into World War II, in the 1940s, it's not the same.
Times have changed. Right. Views and people have changed drastically. Technology has changed. Everything has gone into it to change, what it was back then to what it is now.
I mean, just at this point, like when you look at an invasion of a country, the reality is that it's not going to be that. It's going to be, if there is war that's going to break out, basically everyone is going to either nuke everybody or they're just going to basically glass an entire country until there's nothing left. And then they're going to go, who's next? Like, so the thing is
just a meme. Yeah. J-Ram.
But here's the thing. That's sad, right? The thing about it is that it's sad, right? When you look at what's going on. So taking all of this into where it started, right? Whether you're pro Trump, against Trump, Democrat, Republican, whatever, you still live in this country. You're an American and that's it, right? Like that blood, unless you're not from America, and obviously you live in that country. But if you live here, right, and you are an American, then it's understanding the facts and it's your duty to go in and know everything there is to know, not just believe what's shoved to your throat through Fox News or CNN or on social media or on a newspaper or anywhere else. Do your homework, research your stuff. And yes, that means that you're going to be going to those sites, but do not just form your opinion because some dumbass got onto Twitter and decided to post something, or some actor got on a podium and decided to make a rant about why he or she believes what he or she believes. And I salute people like Ricky Gervais who go out there and say, shut the hell up. Keep your opinions to yourself, because as an actor and actress, you know that you are on a platform that people are going to listen to you, and you have no right to do that. It's not okay. So I salute someone like that does that. But the thing about it is that this general that we did a drone strike. First off, to even get authorized to do a drone strike, it's not like Trump just woke up one morning and hit a button and said, kill this dude. It has to get approved by so many people that it's ridiculous, right? It's not like it's just the guy said something bad about Trump's mama and he just decided that he wanted to, basically end this guy's life. Secondly, on top of that, what is really sad is that the Iranian general murdered 637 civilians, including up to, I think it was like 420 U.S. embassy personnel and military personnel. Murdered, right? Like, tried to do 6 different bomb threats against the U.S. embassy. Tried all of this stuff to destroy, United States people. So I'm sorry. At that end, to my thing, absolutely. Bro, you got away once. You got away twice. 6 times? 6 times? You're asking to be taken out. Like, so my whole thing is like, if you want to be against the war, I understand it. You want to say, hey, we shouldn't be over there. I understand. Have your opinion. But at least the smallest degree, understand and be able to argue your opinion with some type of intelligence to know, like, oh, we should feel like Good Morning America went over there and felt sorry for Iran. They did this whole speech about why Iran and like how sad the entire country is, and then all of a sudden how they're saying death to America, well, death to Trump, not America, whatever else. Let me tell you something. They've been doing that crap for years and years and years. Like, it's not like it's all of a sudden now that we just do this. And then on top of that, they shot missiles. Iran then was like, cool, we're going to shoot missiles. One, they shot missiles at Iraq. Iraq is their ally. They blew up an Iraqi base that had nobody in it. And then they shot down a plane with nobody in it. Like, what are you, like, I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, I don't know, man. My whole thing about it is like the whole idea that we should not be supportive, and understand, like, this is not a new thing here. Like, go back and look for anybody. I also like history. I like this kind of stuff. Like, go back and actually look at that's two planes. That's two different planes. They shot that plane that had
was their own plane with 117 people, right?
Right.
That was an Iranian plane.
They shot down a small plane that was traveling from Iran, or was going over Iran or whatever else, and they shot it down. And it literally, I think it killed one person, which was the pilot, and that was it, or whatever. So, and I don't even think he died from like it being blown out of the sky. Like, he died of like natural causes, but there was no casualties to that strike. In any case. If you go back and look at like World War II, people said the U.S. shouldn't be involved in that. They said that we should have been friends with Hitler. Like, they said, like, these people said that like Hitler's not doing anything wrong. Like, what? So yeah, now looking back on it, we're like, what? Like, are you kidding me? But
jeez,
like, that's the thing. Like, those people are the people that are today. They just, instead of being able to march outside of a building with a newspaper or a poster board, they're now on Twitter posting all this stuff that are getting out to the masses or whatever else, and seeing all this kind of stuff. And it's sad that like yesterday I had to talk to my 11-year-old son about what's going on in Iran, and him saying, I feel bad for the general that died because of X, Y, and Z. And had to show him like, okay, cool. Well, let me show you why. That's sad. That's sad that that's the kind of stuff, like, it's getting there to that point, and you're influencing people who aren't old enough, or they're not taking the time to understand it and fully research it. So I'm sorry. That's my rant. I'm done. I'll get off my soapbox, but
yeah, I think it goes straight back into why people are getting so mad about killing digital monsters in Monster Hunter World.
God, man, are we that like sensitive nowadays? Like,
seriously,
I mean, it's just, it's really sad that it's just like that's a thing now. Like, like we're I don't know. You can't even say anything anymore. Like, you can't say anything to anybody anymore without ever having some kind of like, oh my God, like, yeah,
somebody's getting offended or butthurt, dude.
Like, guess what? If you're showing your boobies on stream, you're a titty streamer. If you're out there using your body for sex because you want to get viewers, just say what it is. Be what it is. Accept it. That's what I am. I got it. Like, that's it. That's all you need to do. No one's saying like, shame on you. I'm not saying you're stealing my viewers. Nobody's coming in here to look at my boobies. I got it. I understand it, right? But at the same time, like, just accept what you're doing. Like, accept the fact of what you do and who you are, and own up to it and say it is what it is. Like, that's it. Don't make somebody else feel bad because they're calling you out for what you are. Don't make somebody else feel bad because they don't believe in what you believe. Don't make somebody else feel bad because it's completely different than what you feel should be right. Well, what in the world makes you the right person to be able to say this? Like, what makes you the right person to be able to say, well, it's my way or the highway? Get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah. I don't know, man. Like, again, it's just...
just a bunch of bullshit.
Welcome to the Pre-Patch Podcast, where we, like I told you, we talk about real topics. We're not going to sugarcoat anything. So I mean, it's, and that's the thing. It's, to wrap this up, we're hitting on right around 145 minutes, an hour and 45 minutes. But, to kind of wrap this up, I mean, even like where the state of Twitch and streaming is, like, there are people that are getting banned for things that are absolutely not right. And then people that are allowed to do things, feed cat their vodka, to be able to show off, their, body parts on camera, to do things that, if anybody else were to do it, they would get banned. It's not okay, guys. It's not okay. And Twitch or Mixer or whatever streaming platform you are, like, I understand that we're streaming on Twitch. like, here's the thing, guys. Like, it should be a situation where if that's what you want to do, embrace it. Just embrace it. Like, just embrace it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just Twitch is so much bigger than what it is, and it should understand that and embrace what it is, and like make a section that's 18 and over and let you do whatever you want. Like, and also too, people that go in and sit there and give hate to all these girls that want to have an OnlyFans account where they're doing lewds for Patreon or they're doing lewds for whatever else. Guys,
I wonder what would happen if people did embrace it and said what it truly was, what Twitch would do. Would they probably would have to act on it, and I don't know, they probably wouldn't ban people then for doing some of the stuff if there was these different categories or whatnot that is truly what it is.
I mean, why not?
Maybe
Why
they would? I don't know.
Why not have an
Twitch.
18? Does anybody in chat or anybody like Scrubby, would you have a problem if there's an 18 and over section?
No,
Like,
I wouldn't.
to be 100% honest, I'd feel more comfortable with an 18 and over section because then I'm like, okay, cool. That's where I know that stuff's going to happen. Like, all of this is going to be over there. And then we're going to really find out who is where. And like, it's ridiculous. Like, it blows my mind that I'm just like, guys, because I've got a little piece of something covering my nips, I'm not lewd. Like, bro. And these people that are just like, oh, I'm, even guys that go on here and they abuse alcohol, or they, go on here and abuse drugs on stream or whatever else, or these girls that are wearing clothes that are, I wear them to the grocery store. Bullshit. I've never seen you at my grocery store looking like that. Like, it's not, it's just, I don't know. I think that it needs to section it off and say, cool, this is an 18 and over section.
Yeah.
We're going to allow for pretty much anything that you want to do over there. You have
I'd like to see how categories and like, how the browse section would change.
I mean,
honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are sites out there that you can go to. I'm not talking about Chatterbait. I'm not talking about P-Hub. I'm not talking about any of that stuff. There are sites that you can go out there and actually go and watch, like, people play video games in the nude and do some really disgusting stuff. Like, you can tip to.
I really hope my mom isn't watching still.
Like, well, I'm just saying these sites exist that are out there that are like this, right?
Yeah. Where can I find you on these sites?
Who? Your mom or me?
No, you.
Oh.
What the Jesus.
I don't know.
I think we gotta start wrapping this up.
Anyway, no, I don't know. I think that it would definitely be interesting, and I think it would change the landscape of, where, like, okay, I'm sorry. It was a bad joke.
Yeah,
it was a bad joke.
awful.
Okay, it was a bad
Jeez.
joke. Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna be allowed over your house next time.
Oh my God. Why? Oh my God. Okay. Let's tone it back. In any case, I don't know. It would be interesting to see what Twitch would do. I don't think Twitch will ever have an 18 and over section. I do think that they're going to have to address the OnlyFans thing, because right now, like I said, I can go to people that are on the Just Chatting section, and they're on the top of Just Chatting, and I can subscribe to their Patreon account and I can get lewds, and they promote that inside their Twitch. So
yeah. And the worst thing though is if you were to name them, you would be penalized for, like, I don't know. Like abusing them or harassing them or whatnot.
Right.
Because you can't name people or talk about what they're doing.
Yeah.
Even if what they're doing is that.
Right. So it's a double-edged sword, and everybody else has to be so mindful of what we say and how we say things.
Right.
And so it's just really dumb, to think that.
Lost.
No, it's okay. I think your mom pulled the plug on the. Like,
yeah,
you're done talking to him.
Yeah, enough of that guy.
Anyway, I just where's my premium snap, bro? You don't want my premium snap. It's just, I don't know. It's interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see what we go with it. You know, Mixer now
Yeah.
taking taking streamers and signing contracts. Twitch is now signing contracts. Facebook is now signing contracts. D Live is now getting rid of their people. Like, I don't know. It's just all it's. So it's interest. It's an interesting time that we live in, and I think that that's what makes what we do so important, and I think that's what makes what we do so much fun, because as people that are at the really down at the bottom, that are kind of watching this evolve and change and things like that, like we get to really kind of play an integral part, and we kind of, a lot of the stuff that we talked about probably is stuff that most people that are big names wouldn't talk about. Like, we get to go under the radar and kind of get to talk about a lot of this stuff. So yeah, in any case, I think that's about it for me. What are you doing? Twitch Prime Premium. Okay. Go subscribe to...
That's a shout out from Ender for Crow.
Okay. Well, you can go get his dirty snaps on the premium. So it's, what is it? What'd you say? Northeastern Ohio shenanigans.
Yeah, dude. That's
yeah.
Our special food content, bro.
Jeez, oh man. In any case, guys, thank you guys so much.
12-inch sub.
For hanging out. Thank you did you just say you can get this 12-inch sub?
Yeah, from Papa Joe's.
This is gone. This is just, this show is just degraded into now complete
Penn
debauchery.
Station.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Mr.
I'm sure that's what
Hero?
you're talking about.
What?
Your,
What are you?
your 6-inch
what are you
meatball
saying,
sub,
bro?
huh?
More like,
Jesus Christ.
I gotta stop talking.
Can I
because
get-
my mom's talking.
All right, guys. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for hanging out for this this very first. We all know that it ain't 12-inch subs, bro.
Yeah, I know.
it's
It's
a-
more
it's-
like minus 10.
It's a panini. In any case, guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out, for being on the first show of 2020 and the first return show of the Pre-Patch podcast. I hope you guys had an amazing time. I hope that you guys had a blast and enjoyed all of the stuff that we talked about. And you will see more of this. We are looking to do a bi-weekly show to nail down some dates. So hopefully next time we will have Enigma and the full crew here to really open this up and really kind of continue to have discussions about video games, about streaming, about real life events that are happening, and just in general kind of us and what's going on in the world. So I really, really enjoyed it. I had a blast. From my channel out to you guys. Again, you can catch me on Sinin on Twitch, obviously here. You can also catch me on Sinin on Instagram as well as Twitter. And I'm going to let Scruffy kind of shout out his stuff as well.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys did have a great time. Had a great day, morning, evening, night, afternoon, whatever it might have been for you. You can catch me at www.twitch.tv/Agent Scruffy, like right over there-ish. And then Agent Scruffy on Twitter, right over there-ish or whatever. And our YouTube channel with me and my friends doing our Northeast Ohio shenanigans. Right now it's called Maker Inc. We're working on getting those 100 subs so that we can get our custom URL, and that will be coming soon, hopefully by second quarter of 2020. That's our goal.
Awesome. Well, guys, again, it's been a pleasure. We will catch you next time. My channel is actually going to go down, and then I'm going to come right back up into my normal stream. We're going to be starting early tonight. So if you are interested in watching some Tarkov or some League or some Divinity, I don't know what myself
I should be there too. I should be up too with you.
what myself and Scruffy are going to be getting into tonight. But I will see you guys right back around the corner. You have an amazing night, and we will catch you next time. Bye, guys.
Peace.